What's going on, everyone? Today we are taking a look at the MaxFree F2 triple portable monitor. Taking a look at the specs, this has two 14-inch monitors with a 1080p resolution, dual stereo speakers, a new modular design, and is completely plug and play with no drivers needed. Taking a look inside the box, you have your manual and quick start guides, two HDMI cables which have HDMI and then mini HDMI on the other end. You have two USB-A to USB-C cables, two USB-C to USB-C cables, which also have a right angle connector on one end as well. And then last but not least, you have the actual monitor itself, which comes inside of this very nice kind of leather rubbery carrying case. So taking a look at the monitor itself, this has to be the best triple monitor design I've seen so far. Most triple monitors are pretty limited in how you can use them, but this one really lets you get creative and use it in a bunch of different ways. We'll dive into all of that shortly, but for now, let's go ahead and take a look at the monitor itself. All right, so when the monitor is in the storage position, this is what it looks like. This part here is made of all metal and feels very high quality. This monitor has a unique three-piece design. The first part is this storage case, which is also a part of the monitor setup. I'll show you this shortly, but turning to the side, this is where the monitors are. One thing I really like is how these lock into the case. So if I push on this, the whole thing pops out. And if I bring it right back here, you can see this little arrow tab right here, and that's what locks it into the case. So once you click it in, it's stuck into there. So you can shake this and move it around all you like, and it's not going to go anywhere. So definitely a well thought out system. They could have just put them in there and that's it, but they decided to go a little further and give you that nice locking feature. All right, so let's go ahead and take these out. Just slides out like that. Click this one in. Slide that one out as well. So taking out the monitors, this is what they look like. Nice silver finish on the front. Turning it to the side, this is where all your ports are. Right up here, you have one of your two speakers. You have your USB-C, HDMI, another USB-C, your menu selector, and then right down here, you have your other speaker. Turning it around, you also have a built-in stand on the monitor as well. All right, so getting the monitor set up, you can do this a few different ways, but let's start out with the most common of having the monitor on the left and right of your main screen. Before we move on, I did realize I had this case the wrong way the entire time. So I had it facing this way. That's actually the bottom of it. But if you look on top, this is the actual way you're supposed to put it. It has these nice little felt pads and their logo right here. As you can see here, this is expandable, and this expands so you can change it to smaller or bigger depending on the size of your laptop. So unlike most triple monitors, this does not mount onto your screen or use your laptop for any support. Instead, this one does things a little differently, and I really like this a lot better than anything else out there. So the first thing you want to do is put your laptop on the center. This is a 14-inch MacBook Pro, and you can see at the smallest size, it barely fits on there. But if you have a much larger laptop, that's when you might stretch it out a little more. According to the specs, you can put a 12 to 17-inch laptop on here. I suppose you could use something smaller than a 14-inch monitor, but this does kind of weigh down the whole thing. So if you're going to use a smaller laptop, just make sure it's not too light. Otherwise, when you have the monitors, the thing might tip back as it doesn't have enough weight to hold it down. So once you have your laptop on here, these little arms right here extend out. There's two arms. They both move up and down, complete 360 rotation. And then you also have some tilt angle here. So basically right here inside, there's two little tabs. At the side of the monitor, you also have two tabs here. And basically this hooks on right here. Then once you got that one on, just do the same thing with the other one. All right, so I went ahead and got everything set up. Each monitor has its own USB-C connection. So this one connects over here and that one connects over here. Right now I have this plugged into my MacBook Pro, but this is compatible with Windows, Android, game consoles, or any other USB-C or HDMI device. If it's a USB-C connection to your device, most likely your device will provide power to the monitor so they can work with just one connection. But if you connect with an HDMI cable, that's when you'll need to plug the monitors in to an external USB-C power. And this can be from a wall adapter, or what I prefer a portable power bank, as this keeps everything nice and portable so you're not stuck to the wall. So as you can see here, 3 14-inch monitors really is a ton of screen space, especially for a laptop. Personally, I mostly use this for video editing. Usually I'll have my main editing screen here at the center, my video sample over here on this one, and then on this one I'll have my folders open so I can browse and add files into my project very easily. In the end, not having to constantly minimize or move around windows really does save me a lot of time and makes working a whole lot easier. Creative work aside, I do like using these monitors for general usage as well. Having all this monitor space is just very convenient. I can have my main browser open here, maybe a YouTube video over here, and then my Spotify playlist over here so I can easily see and change my songs as well. Similar to what I said earlier, not having to constantly move or minimize windows just makes everything a much better experience. So as I said earlier, this is a completely modular system. So besides using it like this, there's also a bunch of different ways this can be used. So first off, these arms can be rotated 360 degrees. So you can be all the way flat like this. I don't know why you would want it like that, but you can lay it all the way down. And then you can be all the way forward as well. And besides that kind of tilt, they can also fold completely forward and back as well. So with this, you could fold one monitor all the way in the back so the person in the back could see it. Or you could also grab both monitors and fold them like that so they're in a square kind of shape. This way, if you have people sitting at the sides, they can have a monitor each that shows their own content, or you can also have their monitors mirror whatever you're doing here as well. Next, you can use one or both monitors in a horizontal position. As I showed earlier, they just attach with little hinges, so very easy to take off and move around. This is going to be great for coding, typing documents, game streaming chats, a Spotify playlist like I have here, or whatever else you might need a horizontal monitor for. Again, you could put one horizontal monitor, or you can put them both horizontal, whatever works better for you. And as I showed earlier, the hinge is still very rotatable. You have full rotation here, and then you can also rotate it in and out to get the right angle you want as well. If you don't need 3 monitors, you can also just fold down the arm and just use one monitor as well. Even the whole entire bottom stand is completely optional. So as I showed you earlier, well, let me go ahead and plug this one in. So as I showed you earlier, there is a little built-in stand on each monitor. So even without the base station, you can use the monitor just like that by itself and prop it up on its own. So you could even leave this entire base station at home and just take the 2 monitors like this and prop them up on their stands. These monitors do work independently, so you could even share a monitor with someone else so you both have extra monitors on 2 different computers. Like I said, there really is an endless amount of ways you can use this, and that's what makes this setup a lot better than most other triple monitors. With those, you're stuck with a 3 monitor configuration and that's it. But with this, you can take it apart and really fine tune it to whatever's best for your current situation. Taking a look at the screen quality, this is definitely a good looking monitor. It's bright and the colors are nice and vivid as well. It's not going to give you deep blacks like an OLED would, but for a general use monitor, I'm definitely happy with the overall performance. I've used a lot of these triple monitor setups and portable monitors, and this is definitely one of the better ones out there. Overall, this is definitely the best triple monitor setup I've used so far. As I said earlier, there's a million different ways you can use this, and for my laptop, this is definitely gonna be my go-to monitor. So if you happen to need more screen space for your laptop, I would 100% recommend this one here, which again is the MaxFree F2 triple monitor. Alright, well that about wraps up this video. As usual, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment and let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.